you cooperate with the investigative bodies. This time, we are not leaving things like this. You cooperate with the investigative bodies. The evidence that you have, for which you organize a press conference, you give them to the investigative bodies for further investigations. And if you have no basis for making these spurious allegations against the government, the ethics of our profession as NPC is that you apologize. It's known as pastor. And so let me admonish him. Let me use the Bible to admonish him. 1 Corinthians 10:23.
No.
Please, I will.
I won't take
I will. When you were speaking, I was quiet.
Address them. I won't take
yes, I will admonish you. No. Whether you take it or not, let me give the admonition.
No. I won't take admonition.
Please comport yourself. Please. You comport yourself.
I'll take exception.
No, you will comport yourself.
I am not going to take admonition.
Please, borrow. Tomorrow, either we do this. If he wants to be rude, if he wants to be rude. When I came and he was speaking, he was saying all sorts of putting all sorts of untruths. I kept quiet. I could have interjected. I kept quiet. I am not putting out falsehoods. I'm saying I want to admonish him.
No, you cannot.
He will take either he take the admonishment or not.
Do you understand the meaning of what?
Yes.
That's the most derogatory.
Yes, no, I want to admonish you.
And I will not allow that.
You allow it.
Yes.
You will hear it.
Address the issue.
You will hear it.
You are making here
a pastor by calling. So I'm addressing the issue. 1 Corinthians 10:23. Say, I'm not going. Didn't you go personal? Haven't you mentioned the name of the president?
But let me ask him what exactly he finds wrong with admonishment.
Let me give the admonishment.
Let me ask
you. I will not allow you to come here and
what exactly do you have against
it?
No,
please.
What exactly do you have against admonishment? I will just express your...
You want to be uncooked this morning. You want to be uncooked.
Reverend, if he says he wants to admonish,
why are you beyond admonishment? Are you beyond admonishment?
I won't sit here.
Are you beyond admonishment? What do you think you are? Are you beyond admonishment? 1 Corinthians 10:23. I will say it.
And spoil the show.
The Bible says all things are permissible unto man, but not everything is lawful. Me, Dafiamakor, I'm not emotional. You are emotional. You have decided to go on the propaganda tangent.
Let's take a break.
Abusia, enye easy. What you say? Ami mo bibia akwaba na me for Bremage TV and platform eso. Ni na NDC lawyer Dafiamakor. What you say? Oni owura ye frɛ no ntimfodwo samukaya emrebi okudi turobi ekoka se helicopter bi aklashi helicopter bi alande ewo flight bi alande okotoka a odi mu nduboni ni sika ni nyimanima bi na ene yewa Dafiamakor wachine 1-on-1 we discipline papa sansona Edem Agbana Ketu, I think it's Ketu South Member of Parliament. Sansona onunso a discipline Richard Ahinyagba, NDC NPP Communication Director, what you say. And Kwesi Pratt Union so honum be abusan for enye asamketo ebe konye kwakuti we your first session of the video. Na second session no contain Bobie Ansa Commander 1. Na wo hwe de wo si command airways na wetin say ampa Ghana e won conform wo man ne hodo yenko na inkoti se ni bi ekoba ebe to aso so do comment betum na wa like na wa share na fofo e bi ahwe inkoti se ni bi emfa ekoba ebe to aso.
That we must investigate and find out who specifically made those comments. Again, why do we even think that the daughter of the former president, an honorable member of the House, serving her third or fourth term, I stand to be corrected, who throughout her political career has maintained high level of decency, and I tell people, that if you're looking for members of parliament who have lived up to expectation, who are so decent, even in their choice of words and in their conduct, the Honorable Zaneto Ajiman Rawlings is one of such members of parliament. So, without any provocation, she is on her feet to speak, and you describe her in those terms and say those unfortunate or make those unfortunate remarks. I think that it is an indictment on the entire House of Parliament, and we must make sure that we identify the member of Parliament who said that from the side of the minority, and the person must face sanctions. I am of the view that the minority leadership should help identify the person, the culprit, because it came from their side. And clearly, when you watch the video, even the minority leader himself, Honorable Dafiamakor, was not happy about the comment, because you could see the expression on his face and his reaction when he turned back, tried to attempted shutting the person up. But you see, the video could not capture who made a comment, but it captured his reaction. And so it tells you that even the leadership or the minority leader himself is not or was not pleased with such an unfortunate remark about President Jerry John Rawlings of blessed memory. So let's identify the person for the person to face some sanctions, because regardless of whatever disagreement that we may have, regardless of where you belong politically, there are some comments that are unacceptable and they must not be tolerated. And some of these things goes to create bad image for the entire parliament, because we work as a unit, we work as a house. And so I want to plead with the minority leadership to help us identify the culprit, so that the person who faces some sanctions, or the person himself, to act in good faith, come out, own up to those words and apologize. And what is even more worrying is that when you pay attention to the video, after the person made the initial comment, it appears as though somebody may have corrected or alerted him that this comment is not in place. Then the person retorted again, claiming that they have evidence. I don't know if you paid attention.
Yes, I heard that.
We said that again.
I heard that.
That say there were evidence or something like that. Please. We are members of parliament representing our various constituents. We are representing the good people of Ghana. Some conduct, some actions are expected of us, because where we have been placed by virtue of this constitution is a privileged position.
And let me assure everybody that the CD performance that we are seeing now won't be temporary. It has come to stay. So fuel prices will still come down. Because why we are getting these trade-offs is not because somebody is controlling dollars somewhere. It is because of the policies that we put. Look, in April, the Bank of Ghana put $490 million US into the forex market. As the day they were doing it until the 5th April, the CD to the dollar was 15.7. Just because of the injection of that money into the forex market, it brought it down to 14.91. Just overnight. From there, you know our gold reserves are now building up at the Bank of Ghana. And there's a surge in gold price above $3,133, meaning that we have more forex. So anybody sitting at home thinking that I will keep my dollar because it can change, you better do something good. If not, you will regret it. So the NPP, yes, I don't blame them.
Are you assuring us on the show today that what we're beginning to see with the CD appreciation is not a blip?
No, it is not.
It's sustainable?
It's sustainable. And every intervention that have been implemented is yielding results. In fact, we expect to sell $12 billion of gold this year. The total monthly requirements for BDCs and other importers is only $350 million. The reason why we usually see exchange rate not being stable is because the Bank of Ghana doesn't have enough dollars to supply the forex market. Now, if we have more exchange, why should the dollar perform better?
More forex?
If we have more forex, why should the exchange rate suffer? So for me, I know that fuel price will continue to go down, and people should not just listen to our politics. Go to the export price.
But are you also aware that the strength of the cedi is not only attributable to internal factors, there are also external factors.
I know.
Now, what happens if these external factors kick in?
That is why,
and the dollar, sorry, and the cedi begins to suffer some kind of a depreciation.
So let's use this as an education here.
Okay.
Look, when you say when the external performance is not favorable, what is its impact
on the currency?
So let me tell you one. First of all, if you have enough buffers, that's why the Bank of Ghana is building excess reserves to make sure that we diversify our trading route. If American dollar hits us hard and you have diversified export earning commodities, you will still not suffer.
But we're not there yet.
We are not there yet, but we are building. We are building. So that's what I'm saying, that if you think that it will change in future, watch again. Because this government, in fact, Gold Board is doing the magic. We gave them first $279 million. They returned to the country $540 million. We released another $380 million. They returned $1.1 billion. We are expected to spend $12.2 billion this year in gold pitches. So if you are able to build enough buffers, irrespective of what happens in the economic front in terms of external performance, we will still not suffer.
I want to even understand what's the strategy, because really this whole celebration of exchange rate being the cedi strengthening is actually toward an import-dependent economy. When right now, one of the biggest problems between the US and China is largely because China manipulates its currency. That's the claim against China by the US, that China manipulates its currency to make it weak so that its exports to America are cheaper. So what is our strategy? If as a government your idea is 24-hour economy, a weak currency is actually better for you so you can drive export. They recently formed the Accelerated Export Board or something, right, which is part of their 120 social contract. What is that board supposed to do? If you have a strong cedi, your import will be expensive. So then what is the policy alignment there? What are they celebrating? If your goal is to drive export and your currency is strengthening, UK, the reason their currency has been strong forever is because they are import dependent. And that's a matter of policy. So it's cheaper for them to import than to export. So they import vastly everything they consume. Now, so you need jobs for your people. His Excellency John Dramani Mahama, you promised you want to do 24-hour economy, which must be production-led if we think about it properly. These other skirmishes that, passport office is operating 3-4, I don't get it. That's not what you promised. Because if all these young people must get job, it must be productive. The enterprise must add value. It must create value and wealth. So you cannot say that DVLA is doing this and so that's 24 hours. That's a non-starter. But we are looking for the 24-hour economy, which is production-led. Where is that one? And so when your currency becomes strong, you are weakening your position. You can't do that. So this whole thing we are celebrating and jumping up and down, what is the long-term picture? What are they trying to achieve? You understand? So apart from the fact that everything they are celebrating is on the basis of what was done. And I'm saying that whilst we want them to be successful in claiming some of these things, I want to see a growth-led policy that, if not yielding results now, would yield result. Because what Ghana needs now is not celebration of strengthening cedi.
Okay.
We need sustainably to get employment for our people.
Okay.
You see, the strength of the cedi has multiple effects on multiple sectors. So when the cedi appreciates in value, exporters suffer.
That's true.
That's a fact, basic economic fact. When the cedi appreciates in value, especially within a very short time, and the value of the value of appreciation is so high, exporters suffer shocks. So then, in relation to tinkering with the value of the cedi, we ought to be thinking about what kind of economy do we want to build? Do we want to build an export-led economy? Or we want to build an import-consuming economy? Or do we want to create a balance between the two? That goes hand in hand, as they say in France, in French, para passo, with the tinkering with the cedi.
Pari passu.
Oh, thank you, sir. Thank you.
My friend no, that's why we're here. Yeah. That's why we're here.
Thank you.
Pari passu.
Pari passo.
Yes.
Pari
passu.
Pari
passu. Yes.
Thank you, sir.
Yes. Hand in hand.
But that's the point I'm making.
Okay.
So we've got to be thinking multi-dimensionally. Otherwise, we'll be beating about the bush.
Right.
You understand?
Right.
Now, look at the world. Look at the whole world. Japan, take Japan. Japan doesn't have a strong currency, does it?
No, it doesn't.
And you think that the Japanese could not take measures to strengthen their currency?
They can if they want to.
But Japan depends largely on exports. Look at Ghana. I haven't counted, but just from looking, watching our streets and so on, it would seem to me that about 70 to 80% of the vehicles on our roads are Japanese made.
Yes.
Okay?
Yes.
Now, if you strengthen the Japanese currency,
it becomes more expensive to buy them.
Those vehicles become more expensive. The European market, the American market, and so on, become the beneficiary of a strong Japanese currency.
Yes.
You understand? China. What is the strength of China's currency? China doesn't have a strong currency. Because its economy is export-led. So we've got to be thinking.
So basically, what do we want?
That's the key
fundamental question.
What do we want?
That's the fundamental question.
Yeah, we have not answered.
What do we want? How do we want to position the economy?
Yeah.
What kind of economy do we want to build and so on? All of that ought to be related to the kind of currency we have.
And how we are managing it.
And how we are managing the currency.
You have decided to scandalize this government. You have no shred of evidence. And you have been asked to cooperate with security agencies. And you sit here and say that government is championing and advocating and defending cocaine smuggling. You cooperate with the investigative bodies. This time, we are not leaving things like this. You cooperate with the investigative bodies. The evidence that you have, for which you organize a press conference, you give them to the investigative bodies for further investigations. And if you have no basis for making these spurious allegations against the government, the ethics of our profession as NPCs is that you apologize. It's known as pastor. And so let me admonish him. Let me use the Bible to admonish him. 1 Corinthians 10:23.
No.
Please, I will.
I won't take
I will. When you were speaking, I was quiet.
Address them. I won't take them.
I will admonish you.
No.
Whether you take it or not, let me give the admonishment.
No. I won't take admonishment.
Please comport yourself.
Please.
You comport yourself.
I'll take exception to
that.
you
will comport
yourself. I am not going to take admonishment.
Please, borrow. Either we do this. If he wants to be rude, if he wants to be rude. When I came and he was speaking, he was saying all sorts of untruths. I kept quiet. I could have interjected. I kept quiet. I am not putting out falsehoods. I'm saying I want to admonish him.
No, you cannot.
He will take the admonishment or not.
Do you understand the meaning of what
Yes. Yes.
That's the most derogatory.
Yes. No, I want to admonish you.
And I will not allow that.
You allow it.
Yes.
You will hear it.
Address the issue.
You will hear it.
You are making here
you are a pastor by college. So I'm addressing the issue. First Corinthians 10:23. Say, I'm not going. Didn't you go personal? Haven't you mentioned the name of the president?
Let me ask him what exactly he finds wrong with admonishment.
Let me give the admonishment.
Let me ask
you. I will not allow you to come here and
what exactly do you have against
it?
No, please. You want to spoil the show. What exactly do you have against that? I will not express your.
You want to be uncooked this morning. You want to be uncooked. You want to be uncooked.
Reverend, if he says he wants to admonish,
why are you beyond admonishment? Are you beyond admonishment?
I won't sit here.
Are you beyond admonishment? What do you think you are? Are you beyond admonishment? First Corinthians 10,
I will not allow you to sit here.
I will say it.
And spoil the show.
The Bible says all things are permissible unto man, but not everything is lawful. Me, Dafiamakor, I'm not emotional. You are emotional. You have decided to go on the propaganda tangent.
Let's take a break.
Just give us a step. Don't pair me with him. Don't pair me with him.
That's not fair.
Don't pair me with him.
That's not fair.
Don't pair me with him.
No, that's not fair.
Don't pair me with him. No.
Do you know why it's not fair? Look, it's a personal attack on his person.
Yes, because you can actually scandalize the government.
Yes,
but think that you should be allowed to go.
You can say that, but to describe it as unruly, it's not fair.
Well, he won't take any admonishment from you.
No. What I'm saying is,
he kept interrupting.
We have addressed that. I beg you.
There are ethics on this program.
I understand that.
If he cannot stand and operate by the ethics,
I understand,
he shouldn't appear on the program.
But I'm just saying that, Honorable, to describe a collusion, please do. Thank you. And I appreciate that. Thank you so very much. Thank you.
So, you see, his geography is even so poor that he doesn't even know that Canary Islands is off the coast of Morocco. There's only maritime waters serving as the boundary between Canary, Las Palmas, and Casablanca. So a plane lifts off from Las Palmas and lands in Casablanca, he has a problem. It is not, there is no intelligence about it. It's a matter of public record. When you go to the manager of our airports, they'll give you, civil aviation will give you the records. We call it manifest. They can tell you who were on an aircraft. If it's a cargo plane, they can even tell you the nature of the cargo they brought. So there's a manifest for every aircraft that lands and takes off from any tarmac in this country or from any aerodrome. So that the claim that it's an intelligence is in itself false, because that is a public document. And you, as a ranking member on Defense and Interior, if you apply, you can get a copy. If he wants to do the things Okujeto used to do, he should copy it well. Oh, please, I'll tell you. Copy it well.
Today you
please.
On the show,
no.
Running away from the issues.
What issue?
Acting all in.
I am tackling your issue. I am exposing the falsehoods that you have put out. That you put the propaganda out for mischief purposes. Because an aircraft, when it lands in Ghana, there's no intelligence about it. It's a matter of public record. Alpha, Tango, Nancy, aircraft names, a matter of public record. So you got no intelligence. Somebody gave you the records, public record, and you went to town. Again, the fact that he mentioned that they couldn't fuel at Yakubu Tali Airport, really, in Tamale, planes fuel in Tamale. Please, when you say these things, you embarrass yourself the more. Please. Planes only fuel in Accra. So when they take off from Accra to Tamale or to Wa and back, or to Communs or Sunyani and Takoradi, it's only Accra that they fuel. Should have fueled. Do you have? Let me ask you, do you have any experience in the aviation industry? Do you know that an aircraft in the air can experience distress at any time and put in an SOS message and land at the nearest airport available anywhere in this world? Do you understand the expression mayday, mayday, mayday? Please, when an aircraft is in distress, it can seek to land and seek assistance from any airport that is closest to it. So this attempt to say that an aircraft took off from Las Palmas, landed in Casablanca in Morocco, and somehow found itself at Kotoka, and when the official position is that it came to do maintenance, and because they lost the tire, and you are suggesting that it cannot be true, as if you don't sit in an airplane, even a vehicle, your car that you drive, your V8, you can burst the tire in the middle of a journey. You are in distress. If you don't have a spare tire, you have to call for assistance. You drive to the nearest mechanic for assistance. All these are basic street common sense knowledge. But because of political propaganda, you want to tarnish the government and the image of the president. It won't happen.
Okay.
All right. It will not happen.
There was also something which is at the heart of pricing, what we are able to pay the farmer and all other stakeholders. And that is because in all the talk, when the November producer price was announced, and all the talk about the farmer should get A, the farmer should get B, the farmer is being cheated and all that, apparently there was something significant that had happened that the rest of us outside Cocoa Board or outside the high echelon of Cocoa Board did not know, because there were people at Cocoa Board who didn't know. When I went around speaking with the workers and all that and explaining the state of the company and the industry to them, many of them didn't know about this. It is something that was first spoken of by His Excellency the President in the State of the Nation address. And that has to do with a rollover of 333,767 tons of cocoa.
Please
333,767 tons of cocoa.
Wow.
Which was sold in the 2023-2024 year at $2,600 a ton. But was not delivered.
How?
Yes. Cocoa Board was unable to deliver.
And yet the monies had been collected.
The contracts have been signed.
Signed?
Yes. For the 23-24 season. You know, those were the contracts that were signed to do the syndicated loan.
Yes.
And 333,767 tons of that cocoa for 23-24 were not supplied by Cocoa Board.
Because
there was no cocoa.
Oh, okay.
Because there was no cocoa.
So what's signed when there's no cocoa?
How did Cocoa Board arrive at that estimation of yields, expected yields, and ask cocoa marketing company to go and sign contracts for that? So we did not supply, Cocoa Board did not supply 333,767.
Wow.
That it has signed contracts and sold for $2,600. So in 24-25, Cocoa Board had to start supplying these contracts that we call low price contracts.
Because the backlog.
Yes. So the price of cocoa had gone up. That's when it went into the 10,000s, the 9,000s, at a point maybe 12,000 and all that. But you had 333,767 that you had to supply from your 2024-2025 stock. So while the farmer was producing for you, and the price was, let's say, on the average around 8,000 or 8,500, you were using that cocoa to service cocoa that you sold for 2,600 and could not deliver. So that is how come for the year 24-25, the FOB that Cocoa Board declared was $4,850. Underline that. $850 for the 24-25 season. It is out of this $4,850 that the government, the NPP government, then gave the farmer share as $3,100,
Okay.
which was 63.9% of the FOB of 4,850 that was declared. Now, mind you, cocoa prices were higher then than today.
True.
They were higher then than today. You can check.
Right.
Yet, the FOB that Cocoa Board and the government of Ghana declared, upon which they gave the farmer a share, was 4,850.
Which is even less than 50%.
4,850. Now, this is what happened.
Yes.
You know, because the issue of the rollover wasn't made public, the Parliamentary Committee on Agriculture and Cocoa and Water, they didn't know. The Finance Committee of Parliament didn't know. Because you see, once you're going to supply a part of the cocoa at 2.6 and another part at, let's say, 6,600 or 7,000, you will do what is called a weighted average. Because it is not all the cocoa which is going for that price that people read about, or the average that you've done for the coming season.
Which is past and present.
Yes, the average that you've done. So let's say for 25, 26,
Yeah.
you are looking at, let's say, from August 7th
Yeah.
to, let's say, July 31. So what is the average? What do you think will be the average, your forecast, the average price for cocoa for that period?
Right.
And then the central bank will give you an average for the exchange rate. And then you determine a percentage of the FOB for the farmer. And then once you've determined the farmer's FOB, the farmer's share, you multiply that by the exchange rate, the average that the central bank has given you, and that gives you the producer price. Do you understand what I'm saying?
I get it.
So even though the prices were higher then, you now have to look at what will my yields be for the year. So if you're expecting, let's say, 600,000, how much of the 600,000 will go for 2,600?
Yeah.
And how many will go for, let's say, 6,600 or 7,000 or 8,000? And then you strike a weighted average, and that becomes your FOB.
Right.
So the FOB of 4,850 was because of this huge rollover of 333,767 tons sold at 2.6. And that is what was hidden from everybody. Because if the prices were better when we're fixing 24-25 than today, how is it that today Cocoa Board is able to fix an FOB of $7,200? And last year when the prices were better, the government and Cocoa Board could only fix 4,850.
And so I would say to the many Ghanaians demanding whatever, and the people who are criticizing, that it is their place to criticize, because we cannot expect less of people who hold public office. And so everything everyone is saying is absolutely right. But it is also important to say that Sammy Gyamfi has demonstrated a lot of maturity. I am in the public space, and Annie, when was the last time you heard a public official come out to say that I am sorry for an indiscretion that has been exercised? Normally when something happens, you have people just coming to, say that it never happened, it is not true, they'll give all sort of excuses. What happened last, I think Saturday or so? Was it Saturday or Sunday? I saw the videos yesterday.
I saw it yesterday.
Okay, so what happened over the weekend? Let me be safe. Sammy has admitted it's a total indiscretion. There is no need to belabor the point. And I've heard Loratu in a very, whether jovial or serious manner, say that the code of conduct that was launched is being breached and everywhere. If Loratu had taken time to read the code of conduct, you realize that as part of the punishment in the code of conduct is public apology. And the reason why public apology is important or is in itself a punishment is that it is not easy for a public officer to render public apology. My friend here, Lorato, the last time, when she alleged that somebody was trading cocaine and later realized that she was misled, she came and she could not simply say that, sorry, simpliciter. She gave us justification of why she thought that that story was indeed true and all that. Why? Because she never intended whatever the outcome of the utterance will be. It is the same thing here. Sammy Gyamfi never intended to flaunt dollars in public or to show to people that I have this. We all saw in the video that a person was literally harassing him for money. Even before he could give the money to the person, this woman came and snatches the money away. Be that as it may, nobody is justifying the actions of Sammy Gyamfi. The young man himself has come out to apologize, to say that I admit I exercise an act of indiscretion. And Annie, if you ask me, that is big. The gentleman has not come to say that
I was right.
He has not come to say that my salary is more than what I gave. There is no illegality being imputed. There is no corruption. What the
I was saying the first part of the video, no. Now the second part of the video, no. You are Dr. Commander Bobby Ansa, radio commander. Ono so to be Edia Command NPP4. Na afin so aka nsem bebre Edia kire NDC wetu omufo. Okire mu a sikadi omudi ya ewi akire aye ma Ghana for hu ye omahia omoto aba no massively edit ya omo in 2024 elections no. NDC for aba sai suban no mo munyebi omo so concentrate on developing the country. Now we make sure say Ghana ejine yabusunyi ebekọ nyekwa kuti sansem ibu enchire mu hanom area number 1 authentic platform negative yankopon kan ho na orishira obibia yenkoti nsema commander Bobby Ansa on Accra FM on nso ni nsema oditu edwa ewo sansem wi eho yakoba ebeto aso ediamo.
I think now it's clear that between the Ghana police under Akufo-Addo and the Ghana police under Yohunu, at least Nyansa kakra bo mutrim. And then Kwesi asemwa odame efa enkrofo kogu police headquarters ehye wo atare don defame of odame enomu kodi sebe akakabensem Ghana ni bia wo tiemi bia nim se Akufo-Addo ni odame no a ono no ye attorney general no a enkanya dia a obi ene dampare a enko mo wura on dampare a enko mo wura on ko ma buru wo maku wo mo buru wo maku wo mo enka se Akufo-Addo as the president, then you have Odame as the attorney general and Dampare as the IGP. Me say enkene enkiebe sie nipa our police headquarters. But it's good. Because say NPP supporters ni aye o madwene say edam ewo mutim na say police forensic say omo ebro omo a at least obia we obia de beye enkaye ye police form yen sakura pie from Buffalo a omba bumu amamoni so atem one time atemo one time ne de omo kire hwe ye memma o ya memma omo konzongo ene kofa nipa ni bio ya mama o ya memma boys they come na do omo ti sometimes so hwa na we twa so but I hope say omo beka sa kire eye Godfred Odame asemo a empedifo dia to omo dia to nsafre nyina ye simple wo ya attorney general wo di bone na di eye AG office no wo de run office no ena Richard Jakpa a petition eye CID se wo bone pa se onka samon fanto eye finance minister ato force nso it's so simple ade we yetie hu tapes and you need to be investigated. I'm not a judge to claim say so Damiko jail, but you know your interest in that matter. And reason why some of us we keep on calling on the NDC government to make sure that they sanitize the system. What should be we are attorney general now what do huni na menkwati a yesi adubu ahe National Security Bureau Mfayin Kwesi Signals Bureau na se the ways are buying prosecutor na MY security Jimmy yeti kromo FBI director Krano is under investigations for America FBI Ghana National Security area ye mu ade ne yeti no ho yeti de antebun yeti de ho asamba ya na ayi kwabna dubu ahe o ka kire ko kan na wo pa ko free terrorists for bra as na kwabna dubu ahe na busuafo ntikro mu abi na ye nuanum yi MPP for nansan ya na mpese me de ba no ejina ho pa na etore bi o mo ka asem a odwene wa odu omo tutu bodam ni wokura nye yi ongo ka asem krai koka ni emebu Bank of Ghana ni ye nyina na etikro mu a ongo ka ni emra ye mesi eye Flagstaff House ye nyina na etikro mu ha ase se BBC or Ghana as MPP for no woman so woman to have you so still I think they are dealing with madness and omunya adro ya can say we free 2017 2018 2019 2020 2021 22 23 24 modi ko opposition ya can this ni abodamu MPP ni abodamu MPP ni abodamu MPP ni abodamu MPP ni abodamu still MPP ni abodam adia ni kwa se mo kano na oka adia no mfaso bia ni so yaka MPP ni abodamu omuguso. So the point is that se kwamna dubu ahe se obekwa akoka bibia obekwa akoma security obi amfa ho ena se pani bi so aye bibia kwamna adubu aheni mu a na so ma ne betodwa ye nyina ya pe because amanfo abre se yetwe yede nkrofo mo di position na se emra timi twe omo aso a me pa cho o ga se odame emra no eche no na se emra ni jeli no a o ga se ayeni ni etuo isa ayeni o Dr. Ayeni o ga se ono obeye sa sebe enkwase ade a Godfred Odame ye no onye. So you see, punishing people another process, a straighten up system, society, community. Me, I don't believe in the Bible. So make me use Bible that they are changing a community. I don't believe it. I don't believe in the Quran. Quran no Quran they na patapa kakra wom. E be extremist for no na be among kenkai. I don't know. I'm not a Muslim. But I don't believe in Quran. I don't believe in the Bible. Intimacy nipa. E boa ma nipa mo di bone mo. The Bible, the Quran, the Hindu books, whatever, the Christian, a boy nipa mani di bone. But there is only one Bible. Punishment chapter 1 verse 5. You bow sum nu ani so ada ho. Why? We bow so na manu aye study. Punishment chapter 2 verse 50 says, "Ki yi wachi uwia o masika ye yi wachi ya bɔ ma saa 150." Yes, Singapore ne ayeye omo first president no wo ya wa bɔ ma wo tintaso wo wi chingam wa to atwera bonten wa didi ahabam wa to atwera bonten atransfer no a enye se ye fine no ya boma boma you who was station circle kokumkumaske jetia akotomra ya boma do giant no na abani trim so ono saa de we onye bi. Punishment chapter 16 verse 20. Bonini bu ho awudi a ye no ema so ye bema ema ene ye mo bo ye wuro hu nyina ya mo demre wa hu yi no eso nko a ombe boso ma sa po sa 256 pokoti so ma ema be se o ye mo demre bokoti so ma ebi also a punishment chapter 20 verse 39 ye no de nkola prayer den no a ye de twi adwaye no so ahu na ye chija ye nkola ba ye 500 ye de ahye wo nsem de wo ba bi see that thing the wo ba bi sa ye no so 1500 times na kokobo apie na kokobo apie because I am so nipa da sani no asa nipa da sani no am says punishment, and that is why we keep on telling the NDC government, some of us yes a punishment in this will be what NDC mukura na say obedi sabe enkwasi asema gu yanimu asia na osuro, because say it me punish a MPP for well wo NDC ni no enfansa nkoka aban sika enkonkonkotu galamsey. Don't do it. Enko inflate your friend say contract. Don't do it. Ya disika ma say fa ye oman adwuma ya ma o percentage no edaso no wani nso o percentage no 1% cry ye no no wanya. Si run system say ya ebe me anya sika de asisi schools, ebe me anya sika de aye ensuo ama nkrofo anom, ebe me anya sika de afande energy projects ne enkania bakrom yebenya sika ya akwai, yebenya sika ya railways, ɛyɛ so obi wɔ ha so obetumi afa railway obetumi afa ɛyɛ a train from here to Sunyane connect aba ama ɛyɛ friend say yɛ agyi kentampo tachiman na ma ɔman no mu bie na anigye aba kyɛn sɛ baakofo bɛfa watɔ Escalade watɔ Jaguar watɔ ɛdeɛndeɛn watɔ deɛndeɛn. I've been saying this menka sɛ sika nyɛ at least onipa da sɛni wabɔbra ukrom wo fie baako bi a wo maame o sɛ wo papa o ja unuanom osu kɔ fie abenya baabi di utratoɔ enkranfo yi die yi wanya baako kama bi yes na sɛ mɛyɛ ɔman funfram sɛ woyɛ saa o sɛ ɔman no woyɛ saa o destroy ɔman no enti wontumi deɛ no yɛ one ɔdame ɛdeɛ no ɛn maka no sɛ dakoro yɛ yɛhununum bɛteɛ si ɔdame nkorɔfoɔ no so no ɔmo bɛyɛ steady because wontumi nkɔyɛ saa de we akufo ado ne ɔdame no a time ɛnya de abetumi ayɛ ɔmo ntwema apart from that no ɛna maka no galamsey galamsey your friend is say illicit drugs in Luboni any your friend is say the aba gangsterism say gangsterism aba beka ho na it's so unfortunate say omaya yetimu no onipa enkrofo a ye hu omo so omo ya kandifo no a ye de ye nkwa ene ye bibia hye omo nsa no eye omo a na ye saa o galamsey no politicians na nanom ahemfo ene asofo ne imamfo omo na etu oye omo a enye obia galamsey no de ntimi nsia no nyina no politicians traditional and opinion leaders your friend is say pastors ne chief imam for ena media for ena ewen emasa akronfo enan nipa bonefo ya ye no omo eti oman mu Ghana ohini bia ni ho adwempapa woni tirim but yen kola no yentimi nka mesi Ghana wohini ba kokura ni ho adwempapa woni kwase asem nko a bone nko a no mo frantuma aguso ukoka menam yetogba afede ukoka menam ye otumfuo no ukoka menam ye gamanche ukoka menam ye nairi ukoka menam ye domahene ukoka but the problems we are facing eye Ghana hemfo they are the people omuna edi ewu eye politicians ukoka unim se me former president Kufuor de enkana asemu olumai ye kohwe bone a obekwa kohwe bunu bone a Kufuor di o man we no sabi tafra che bodamini kura wonye sa bodamini onye Okoka many Akufo-Addo no. Okoka many John Mahama no. Ntimi nka omasem. You criticize them, and you see the danger is that almost a common DNA. And they have people obu akura no a community obu a wa try aso obekọ president Kufuor ntimi nko wa criticize president Kufuor oh no dia be see ni o Facebook no a screenshot to dia ma president Kufuor ni pa bi me na me koma opani me na me instance obeti asem a wo kana mu nyina mo join forces aka kire ne say massa ade a wo ye oman ne yempe but a come omo say come dey. Yes, impoverish the people and you rule forever. Almost say come dying. Me na me health minister, me na me finance minister, me na me chief of staff, me na me say unti enka obi asem, but they are the very people destroying us. They have the money. Oh, also for tabel. Oh, pretty unison say, and the Lord God Almighty will pass. And Jesus said to the multitude, come unto me, and I will bless you. Hallelujah. We serve a living God. Hallelujah. Bonini nyina onedie omwa. Na ba ku isu di na mo nchen. Oh, Jehovah Rapha Donatikenu. And we raise the staff of Jehovah. Oh, young boys, you don't know anything. We have fight so many battles. Kwasi asem no mu di kire yo. Wo mu na edi bone no e omo a ye de ani abu fraud boys. Ya ono kom di no wanya broni di aka no. Ene ani abre wo mo so. Ye de ani abu sa boys no. Omo no di abone no mu di. Omo no bone be no mu di. Omo ni bone bia. Mini aframe ajiansare no. I command the cripple to stand up. Mini aframe Ebenezer no. Mini aframe say no. Eye omwa. Untimi nka Sharabatu untimi nkanasem. She Chief Sharabatu o kanasem azongo fo beba bebo. Eni atim. Enipa yi a wa sekra moche yi a etane ni tiri ho a ne jara bi atententen na bodwe se no obesebese no ubeka so sum go kai kora no ama bone nko bone wona dia kronfo esie untimi nka yentimi nka yeti o man mu eni anyina ya di eni ade ani bu fraud boys yom no na mo ba bi eji wo mo ani untimi nka yutimi nka skani asem okrom ha untimi nka skani asem okrom ha o yonko ni Alhaji Agongo ade so Alhaji Agongo na ya saade o yonko ni Kwame Despite o yonko ni Ofori o yonko ni Ibrahim o yonko ni Wahwan o yonko ni Wahwan o yonko ni Wahwan PK champion ayo sikani anje papa no se kwa kutin o yonko no ade so mo na ye osika wo mo ya saade no they are doing it ayo mo enya ordinary people ayo mo na yonko ni IGP na yonko a military command the and na yonko no they are doing it. So our situation is very complex one. And now the most dangerous part is that they have become friends. They watch each other's back. Yɛde aniani abu boys omo fa bucket ko kwayem ensuom ko huru gold nkakra nkakra se omo na ye galamse enye omo a enye wo omo a enye boys no a omo yes ade no omo hyedam omo yes ade no omo wi a sankrofo we nyina onima ba bia kwa me ya na me wi ahopa ubo so ma organizing galamsey conference ayonfo no omutu no omo na ti first row politicians no a omo boa omo no omo ti second row so asofo no omo asese omo chei tintia omo nyina aka ho omo ti third row na kromfo pani no bonefo pani no ejina soro no okasa na omo ka galamsey ho asem edan no no omutim no omo ye adwuma no a na egum no kanyame dwiri dan ni kum omo nyina bo se galamsey ntu betwa adan nyame be dwiri dan na kum omo nyina maye no se onka politicians ne ahemfuye akwa hia mpanifo ahemfo yi kampanifo be biwo omo nyina be hia sia si omo tu Jesus fui omo tu galamsey ni bi me na no program mentie Jonfo GJ president Jonfo omo musa na adwuma no oye Jonfo busa question why na me dum TV no na ye ni nsam no mu kakra no esanse abone for no do so ntino ye ka asem a enkwa akiri ye omo musa Jonfo first pa no meye ayi no omo musa Jonfo se adwuma be na no oye no nka nkire wo CSOs way to be na hwenya mahise asoja for mpedi for no ba na sese omo 9 tem no mo tiwo ento omo tiwo nyina no a obi afa prime next prime how obetu ayenhu because say no Ghana for ahu e no mo ade abegina auditorium e no mo chechere say galamsey mutu di say but omo fans so say munyai sa line no mo ache ti omo so ye ko solve problems no mo aka omo boa wo mo na etu omo kwa me enye obia sanka ya ordinary citizens like here for to say me no near to a come stop here because the concession no na say okoba onya gold oni na sori makogu eye asasere so 30 days fasting and prayers no gu ranu mu say akwan to galamsey ha gold no emra iye Jimmy koto ofui Mami buba ne bako. Eno mu guru anu mu. So this person ya arahosem o. Kwame arahosem. Ghana Armed Forces commanders ne Ghana police penin at any ahemfo no any politicians in penimfo any asofo no sankrofo we 5 ni imamfo no sankrofo na aka bom no mo ha oman no omo na esay oman no omo wie awia no ma babe Kwame gansa la unim langas egu ahemfo efie ahemfie Kwame meso obi mfa sa research we ntu no so langas egu nkrofo ahemfie no you have no clue. They buy them the tramor, they buy them the ammunitions, they buy them the machetes, they feed them the land guards. politicians now for ne omo form now for se be ya omo be attack no enti omo gya ya vulnerable ones no amma enti se ni yewura gangsterism mu ohini bia won gangsters etuo ye license Unu group bia omukura tuo edi ohini bia chi a eye omo ana anadwo omo soro be armed robbery awia no omo de tuo na kogu ahimfie ho. Yes, that's where now they keep that's where now they keep their arms. Entu be police for be criminal bi efie no bibia ni ho egu ahimfie anadwo no mafa no mo de akokum ni pa akobokro no how much no de aba begua himfie ho. Yes, media magia to me say enye ye da your voice ni sha your voice ni sha minim but Matthias say kwame sa na nyame abo wiase sa bonefo obedi hene yes afritete you can't change it into to us see anu ahwe ohun yi they are just evil. Anytime I see them in an auditorium as someone may come and say God just do this for humanity bi de dan go amsu ku omu nyina me say ada sa be si Ghana ha no ye ho beto ye at least for the next 5-10 years ye ho beto ye gansasi omo no omo de omo ko ayinfo no ye omo langats na politicians nso de omo ko e friend say elections into omo serve politicians no ni ahemfo wi a no omo graduate no omo be armed robbers police ni suru no soldier ni suru no omo graduate a no omo be armed robbers and as I say kwa omo graduate and I say nya armed robbers nko omo be dani daytime gangsters. First pa ye behunu so bibi ensabebubo obi okura tuo ni ade a Jesu akohwe ye sahil ho videos ni bi akohwe bi ansa no ahunu se ye se esaneba eba kwa me so ahunu de ya na ekoso TikTok no ka shala ye be dai wo utumi ahun body to a odashi no aprapra ni ya hwe Nigeria movies mu esane sa bedru ha one day and make us we actually Ghana man one day one beautiful afternoon we will all pay for it we will all pay for it. You don't go elections. Now for the woman akobo ensase. Ene your friend say na konwa ho ban because what the force aju obi akonwa. Eya onye ohene. Enti ohia omo dinro. Enti say kwa me onim de omo ye. Ahemfo no they go as far as Niger, Burkina, Côte d'Ivoire. Na omo ko form no eye omo a rebels are omo a disintegrated no eno omo ko fa omo nom do omo ba na one day say omo do omo ba no because already you see they want a way to enter Ghana and as I say they mo de ka ko fa omo eba omo ba sa no omo do so wie no mo number nduru be 1000 1500 2000 3000 na da wo mo binyira be ka wo ho abom say ebia yatimi akonka adwira ye konka adwira no afede omo koba omo dan terrorist omo koba saada no ene ebehwe ohina oso won de odi gold che na ehye so obetena ho a ye behwe de oso won de ohye gold kawa ohina oso won na tikrama ye gya won anum so we so won na tese boso we ni so won no teponko so we na so oti ade so we so won na ete ayi akokɔ so we na say that day ye behwe that day ye behwe timuntu aso ogo ka am so omu de omu wu akọ so they are just destroying the country yeah omu wu akọ to omu say oman no kwame ene Ghana also be politics we a young guy young girl na onya kronfo na onim say dey si din trap pani bia mpese obeben no yes untimi nko wi ama into ode o ya dey edru election obaba be fraud yakoboa ye ni enko wi ni ba ye wi ni a ye yakronfo boys ye nom na ye adwuma ompeso obi abehwe nanim aka chense boss ade a wo ye no o ye oman no enye enti wo kasa anya bobie de ne kasa anya dodo enya me kasa na enye wagimi se ye de oman ahye won sa na o ye oman ni sei wo ya aboa pa wa aboa se ye de oman ahye won sa ye won kola a se ye hwe wo mo hwe se ye friend se kwame be we la hospital hwe kwa akufado num de la general hospital hwe kwa mo de la fo fa so hwe kwa mo de mo fa so enti sa politician no sa no ompe obi a wo de nche abedua ka chense boss adewe this is not right dabi omompe bibini no bibini eno no ebetua ko wia boss ebetua ko wia yen ko wia mra so we are breeding criminals that could be gie nyina nsem ne ni so atie enno ha no Haiti kwame Haiti ye twa ni petite said ye twa akokoti armed groups say Haiti armed groups obi apeso take control obi apeso take control Haiti obesho ni mu Haiti asase say ya o na nyansani bia ni kromu ana obeka ho asem ajimi fo nko ati kro ai kromu bo no motra ho hwe sa ana boom Haiti Mexico armed gangs yetimi chi abusuo ba akum nipa 30 40 massacre twa mu nyina ti agu amnam ada beto politician bi wo Ghana ha na ohini bi wo Ghana ha no that day they will probably wake up me osuma me ebekumi a amai but yanye yenchirima ne saa yenni ho bone yenni ho bone why omuma akufo adumani nyina Africa na o ba akokura ni ha yeah ombeta akofia so mo jeje diplomatic passports ni ade ebinum dual citizenship say di aba no omu nyina ama NPP NDC owie na brabo owu a nachi de ebesi bia no onim se mema they can just move out of the country enti yenkoso na wie kwame yenko sampa
so that's right inti ensem no na yakọ akwakuti edi aba no abi de kakra me be de bia me kan se MPP fo ye mamboye fo ohwe hawa sa nsem wei efa ntim fodwo ehun sense mokai that was April in the beginning of this year 20 is it February, May, April? Okay. I think say February na bibisa and Urano making allegations. And I President John Dramani Mahama. Or that I say omunhwehwe sanse ni emu na omunhwe say no kwara abusiafo mumfa nkyem ewia damani omunhwehwe nse ni musiye na omuye inquiries investigations ehwe mu nyina no na chese ensem bi ani hɔ a etise saa na mum na eninguase enkoten ena ntimfodwo eni ni NPP atnase a omopese omudi bra NDC aban ana se omudi gu NDC aban but yemieni no kwaridi yankopon amana masa I've been telling you people and I've told you say manhwe ya NPP for betting position a chair because already aircon na said the year John Mahama wa go no e dia mumfa che bi se popa me ho card much but I was in closeness for security reasons na said the year John Dramani Mahama we see wa go no ho wa ba form wo make sure say Ghana enyema betuto ye o make sure say enyema bi wo honom na say oman no yehia especially the managing of the economy no he will make sure things will go right. What did the trying to say? No amount of lines from the MPP people will hold, no amount of lines from any other political party. And because already now Ghana for aswa ensuo Ghana for aswa ensa na omo sebi di mu eden edru omo sebi di emu eden edru nanka seni se hunti NPP yemamu 8 good years e ukurum ha na all of a sudden 8 years na the mamo 8 years na the mamo no mo say there be that 8 years no muntimi mfa develop o man no na mum 4 years e dia ma John Mahama ene moni di akiri abusafo ya dia etwetwe aso me papa me nua panyi me brother me commander who commander Obiansa akasa na uti nsema Obiansa e kana ache se no kwar empayimfo na no mu show mu chi e no mu yo mu yodum empayimfo na no mu nyo mu nam e na omu boko issue ye bayi politicians na amanyofo na e na mu ye den omu ye sa anke ntisa nka asem we enya asem bi asebi edi intamtitie edi atutu sikentwa ababo eni abototo eni sebi emfa sudi emfa emma na bigidi ye pass John Mahama bidisu ni sedi ye wasi agono ho sedi wasi abre ne ho ase a ototo niema kama yi koso aye ne sa oman konkoro Ghana nso ebetimi afa ne ntoma papa bi efira na Ghana akonini na Ghana agina ne nan so na Ghana ayeden etimi ayeden afara ntoma papa bi efira je abusanfo saa na ense na koye me nuanom aka nsem bebre nti no enso mentimi e waste my time me mfa munsi o medical culture say the year 2026 we things bigger things are going to happen on my platform here Mega TV enti di be hia ne say unso be subscribe na obe like na obe share na document atom abribia ye di video beba na on the more serious note no be subscribe to this platform BBBT akoso amefa unsi that's all so be share na fufu any bi ahwe makrao bye bye.